There's so many different pockets just like this. We are going to look at a condo. Really nice tile here. And you've got a bathtub. Before I get into what I mean by that, here is 21st Avenue. This tends to be one of the most walkable parts of Portland. As I'm gonna tell you the list price of this property, but that's gotta wait until after the tour, so let's go. If you're new to the channel, my name's Matt and I make videos each and every week about what it's like to live in Portland, Oregon. Additionally, I'm a licensed real estate agent and I am dedicated to helping people just like you make their move to Portland. And I'm the only agent that's getting out there every single week showing you every single part of Portland and going inside of active current listings on the market just like this. So if you are looking to buy your dream home here in the Portland area, make sure you call, text, email, or just scan the QR code right here on the screen and we will talk soon about your move to Portland. All right, so we are just about back where we finished off our last video. If you remember, we went and took a quick tour of Northwest Nob Hill area, and then I took you up the hill into Hillside and showed you what it's like over there. But now we are back over here in the Alphabet District. I'm walking just below Northwest 21st Avenue. It's right up there at the next street, if you can tell. And I'm just giving you a neighborhood tour because that's what we do here on the channel. We look at 3 different neighborhoods and 3 different listings in each neighborhood. And in this neighborhood, you've got a pretty good amount of multi-family living. So lots of apartments and condos, and there's occasionally some detached properties. But I've gotten some requests from you guys lately, and I've heard that you're interested in looking at some condos. So let's talk about it. We are going to look at a condo for the first listing here, and then we're gonna jump over to the other side of 21st. Actually, it's north of 23rd, and we're gonna look at an incredible detached home. So it'll give you a good feel for the diversity and home types in this neighborhood. And if you want a walkable neighborhood, this tends to be one of the most walkable parts of Portland. As you can see here, we're starting to see some really lovely detached single family homes that are dispersed amongst the multifamily and condos and apartment types of properties. And we are coming up on 21st Avenue. Look at this house, super cool. And like I said, I've gotten a lot of different people leaving comments on the channel in the past few weeks interested in taking a tour of some condos. So let's talk about some pros and cons of the condos. A lot of times people want to get into a condo because it is an easier lifestyle. You don't have to keep up with the maintenance of a home, but that comes with a con because even though you might not be directly responsible for the maintenance of the property, you're still going to get hit with the cost. Before I get into what I mean by that, here is 21st Avenue, Northwest 21st, and this is Scotty's Pizza, one of the best pizzas ever. And this street goes way farther down that way, and then there's more residential that connects this way. And if you keep going north, you will eventually get to Northwest 23rd, which I've shown you many times before, and I'm also going to show you again in this video. But let's take a quick little walk down 21st so we can see. Got some Indian food here, and there's a little coffee shop right here. Lots of well-established trees. You got a nail salon, tropical cocktail bar. I don't know what that is. And then you've got like a bar across the street, nail salon, another salon. And so when you buy a condo, you are going to be paying not only HOA fees, which go into the overall maintenance of the building, and a lot of people don't realize how much HOA fees cost. So there's that's going to go on top of your mortgage. And then there's also tends to be higher property taxes also on condos. And then on top of that, in order to maintain the building sometimes, or if there is a big issue that comes up, like for example, a fire, or maybe in the winter time it freezes over and the pipes burst, causing a big water leak and damage to the overall common areas of the building. If you're a part of a condo association that doesn't have enough money to cover it on their own, then you're gonna get hit with what's called a special assessment. Now, a special assessment is an additional cost to take care of maintenance that goes towards the overall common areas of the building. And that's gonna be on top of your HOA fees, that's gonna be on top of your property taxes, and on top of your mortgage. So that is always something to take into consideration when you are looking at a condo. A lot of people think that they can just kind of buy a condo and not have to worry about maintaining the property, but it can get very expensive very fast when something goes wrong with the overall building. On the contrary, when you buy a single family home, that's all gonna fall on you. So if you have maintenance that's required, that is going to be a cost that you need to absorb 100% of, but you could also do it at your own pace. Sometimes, you know, when you get hit with a special assessment in the condo association, you don't have any say over that. So there's a lot less freedom when it comes to owning a condo, but maybe that's not really an issue for you because maybe you just prefer to delegate the tasks to someone else and then you just cut a check. So it's definitely a specific type of lifestyle for a specific type of person, but I just don't want people to get the wrong idea that you don't actually have to maintain the property, because you absolutely do, whether it's directly or indirectly. When you're a property owner, there's really no escaping maintaining your property, okay? Now that we got that out of the way, I'm really excited to go in and show you a condo over here in this neighborhood. As you can see, we did a little loop around the block. I've taken you through the Alphabet District. You have gotten a feel for kind of the mix of what types of properties are over here. We see a lot of apartments, a lot of condos. There's a school right up here and there's a big park. I'll show you the park that is right across the street from this listing right before we go in. It's called Cooch Park because it goes up to Cooch Street, and it is a pretty cool park. It's got a big children's play area and it's right next to a school. I'm not gonna show it because there's a bunch of kids playing right there and I don't think that's very respectful to show, but here's the park. My kids love this little play area, and there's lots of shade, there's bathrooms, there's lots of big rolling hills with grass, and it's just a pretty cool park right here in the middle of the city. There are over 200 parks here in Portland, and this is just one of them. So whether you're on the east side, whether you're on the west side, you are going to see a lot of parks here in the Portland area. And the listing that we are about to go see, this is actually an off-leash dog park area, by the way, see? And there are designated off-leash dog park areas all throughout this city. So that's a really cool thing. And the listing that we're gonna go see first in the video is just right over here, right on this street. So if you got a dog and you want a condo right here in the densest part of Northwest Portland, definitely stay tuned because we are gonna go see a really cool unit. So let's hop over there. All right, so I got the keys and I'm sitting right outside of this condo. That's actually it right there. That's the balcony. I just went and took a tour and turned on all the lights I could. We are right across the street from that park I was just showing you. We are one block up from 21st, so close to Scotty's. That is the best pizza in all of Portland. And we might just meet a special friend of mine who might look familiar if you've been watching the channel for a while, someone that relocated here, just like you are going to do at some point. Maybe we'll go get an ice cream cone with him. But we're so close. This is a walk score of 99 out of 100. That's about as good as it can get. And what we are about to see, per your request, I've gotten numerous requests for condos on the channel. It is a 2-bedroom, 2 full bath condo right here in the most walkable area of all of Portland. It's about 1,400 square feet. It's nicely updated, and I am going to tell you what the list price is, but that's gonna have to wait until after the tour, so let's go take a look. So in case you didn't already know, when you park here in the Northwest area, unlike most other parts of Portland, you have to pay for street parking. We just use this app called Parking Kitty. So pro tip, if you're visiting and you're gonna come into this area, download the app Parking Kitty. But this condo comes with off-street parking, which is an absolute must for this neighborhood. And the garage is back through there. It's actually on the other street over there. But here is this condo from the outside, and we are gonna go on in, and we go this way. And we're gonna open, and then you are in this fully private condo area, and the gate closes behind us. There's a few units over here. The garage is right over here, and I know all of you want to see the garages, so let's actually start there first. You can see this little courtyard right here. Super lovely, but the garage is in here. I'm not actually sure which parking spot you get, but it is a fully secured parking area. And then go back and take a look at the unit. Got some bike parking there, but let's go on up. So this is obviously the second floor unit, and you've got this nice little patio area right here if you want to set up some chairs. And there's so much shade, even though the sun is right there. You got these huge, I think these are maple trees, giving you so much shade, which is a pro and a con, which you will see in a minute. But let's go on in. And when you walk in, you're greeted by this lovely dark mahogany colored engineered hardwood. And then to your right, it opens into this living space, and you've got a gas fireplace right there and lots of windows. There's lots of natural light coming into this part of the house. And then over here, you've got your dining area. And then right here is your kitchen. I love this little breakfast bar. There is so much countertop space right here. And the cabinets all look really nice. And gotta love a gas range. What is your guys' cooking preference? Leave a comment, I'm interested. Do you like electric cooktops? Do you like cooking on gas? Do you like the induction range? What's your preference? I wanna hear it below in the comments. Or do you just like to order out? Let's go take a quick peek of the view from this balcony. Pretty spacious balcony here. And this is overlooking that park right over there. So that's really nice. And then let's go on in and take a tour of the rest of the unit. So you've got this little utility closet here with your washer and dryer. So that's pretty nice. And then right here you have a full bathroom equipped with a shower and nice vanity there with the granite. And then right here, you have your 2 bedrooms, and they're a little bit dark, especially this one that is right next to all those trees, because I couldn't figure out how to turn on the lights. I know, I'm trying here, so. But these windows are pretty nice, and if you like darkness, you can make it really dark. But let's go look at this other bedroom, and it's the best one because it's a little bit bigger, I think. And it's also got a big walk-in closet, really good sized walk-in closet here with a lot of built-in storage. I forgot to show you the closet in here. Let me just go show you that real quick. So built-in storage in this closet as well. And then in here is another bathroom, the attached ensuite bathroom with the double sinks and Again, matching granite as the other bathroom. You got these nice shelves here and a tub and a shower. And there you have it, folks. That was a 2-bedroom and 2-bath condo, right around 1,400 square feet, right here in one of the most desirable walkable neighborhoods in Northwest Portland. Gotta love it. I'm gonna tell you what the list price is on this one, but first I gotta tell you 2 other stats. And the first one is the HOA dues. You have a monthly HOA due here of $995, okay? And that goes towards the HOA Homeowners Association to maintain the property, but that also includes sewer, trash, water, exterior maintenance on the property. It also goes towards potential future maintenance. So that is all worth taking into account, and because that's going to be a monthly expense for you. And then on top of that, the other expense that you're going to have to factor into your monthly expenses are the property taxes, which are just under $10,000. So $10,000 for property taxes here, and $995 a month for your HOA dues. But again, it includes all those utilities. I think the only utility it doesn't include is electric and gas perhaps, but gas isn't that much. But anyways, the final stat that you're looking for is the list price. And of course, I know you're sitting on the edge of the seat waiting for that. So the list price of this condo is $549,000. What do you guys think? Is it worth it when you factor in all of that stuff that I was talking about before? Is that something you can afford? Is the lifestyle worth it, where you don't actually have to necessarily worry about any common element repairs of the building and you just pay for them, have someone else do it? You know, it's a little bit different than owning a single family home. And if you want to get in touch and tour some condos like this, or single family homes, or whatever you want, could be houses down out in the suburbs, I've got your back. Anywhere in the Portland metro area, I want to hear from you from any of the methods that you see on the screen here. You can call, text, email, you can scan the code and just book some time on my calendar. You can find me on Instagram. All of it works for me. Whatever works for you is good. And I'm just eager to hear from you. And I've been hearing from so many of you guys lately, and I love it. And so let's keep the calls coming. I'm building a community here, and pretty soon we're gonna have a party in one of these parks with all of you that have already moved here and all of you that are about to move here. So get on the train and we'll talk soon. So with that said, we're gonna go look at a incredible, absolutely stunning detached property here in this same neighborhood, just, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 blocks that way. So, but first I got to show you parts of 23rd, and I am parched and I think I need to go get an ice cream cone. So let's go see if we can find a place where we can do that, huh? All right, so we're over here on Northeast 23rd now. And as promised, we've got a special guest. You might recognize him. Boom.
All right.
We're over here on 23rd, and this is what it looks like. We got just, are any of these your favorite places yet? You've got so many places that you can walk to. I just picked this guy up from his brand new condo that he just bought from
New York City. Yeah. We actually try not to go to any place here twice for now. We're just trying out everything except for Kate's and Scotty's.
Yeah, and we're going to Kate's right now because we want to get some ice cream. But I just feel like it's worth having like a little check-in. How long have you guys been here? It's been 2 months, 3 months?
No, just a month.
Oh, just a month. Okay.
Just a month.
So you guys might remember this guy from, we got a slice of pizza at Scotty's, which I showed you just a little bit ago in the video. And that's probably the only reason you moved here from New York, right? The better pizza?
The better pizza, the better weather, the better smell of the city.
Smells better here.
Oh yeah, I talked about the smell last time. Actually, it's been amazing so far. I love the chiller vibe. It's quieter, it's nicer. People are nicer.
There you go.
Food on average is better.
Well, here's ice cream. This is like an award-winning vegan ice cream place, and I'm not even vegan, but we're coming here for ice cream. So let's go on in. I think I gotta go with the ube, right? right. I like the Cookie Monster too. I think I've had that one. I think I'm just gonna do like whatever the smallest size of the Cookie Monster is. Yeah, look at all these good flavors. So we just finished ice cream. There's like a dog fight going on right here. And let's just show you a little bit more of this neighborhood. Have you guys been here yet to Matador?
Yeah, I've been here once.
Place is pretty good.
After yoga.
Oh, you got yoga? Actually, if you go down this street, you end up in a neighborhood called Slabtown. That's just like 3 blocks that way. And there's some ramen, there's more ice cream over there. This place, I know you've been, how is this? They now have a grassa handmade pasta in the airport. There's this, is this Indian food? Yeah, Indian food, super good. This goes all the way down to Vaughan Street, and then if you make a left on Vaughan, you end up in Forest Park. How often do you go there?
Rachel ran there a few times. Here there's like a hidden bar. You barely find it.
Ooh.
This little thing.
That's cool, little hidden bar down there. So yeah, that's pretty much what you get. Have you guys been to St. Jack yet? That's pretty good. Always got to give a shout out to Whole Bowl. I love that place, really good. And just like every other neighborhood in Portland, if you go 1 block in either direction of these main streets, you have the quieter residential vibe. It's not like New York City where it's just dense commercial wasteland in all directions. Here in Portland, if you just get off the main drag, you're basically in an oasis, you know?
Really true. We walk like almost every evening, I think, like just to walk around the neighborhoods. And over here it's like packed with people just having a good time. Over there, nothing, not a soul, just like quiet, calm, and like, you know, just walk around.
Yeah, like this is what it's like, just 1 block off of 23rd. And this is where the next listing is. You got a little bit of stuff here, like there's this little cafe right here that's kind of fun. But overall, once you get off the main street, it's pretty residential and chill, like you see here. When you're north of 23rd, there's a lot of condos like this, but there's also a lot of detached single family homes like this. And we're actually gonna cut over a block this way. Is there anything that's caught you off guard or surprised you since living in Portland?
No, not really. I think like you covered everything in your videos. I don't think we saw anything that we weren't expecting here.
All right, there you have it. The videos are honest. Oh, I love this house. Look, so you got this. It's like a historic craftsman farmhouse type of vibe, but oh, it's kind of hard to see. But right here, you've got this little model of the exact same house. How cool is that? But yeah, this is just a great neighborhood. It is one of the most walkable areas to walk around. As you can see, there's people walking their dogs everywhere. There's a guy look, there's another guy walking his dog. And another guy. We're surrounded by dog walkers. But like, this is just 1 block up from 23rd. Got all these cool houses here, and it's very mixed. There's houses right next to apartments, right next to houses, and more apartments. All right, so here's the house. My buddy, he took off, but this house is absolutely incredible. It was originally built in the early 1900s, designed by a renowned architect for himself. This is one of the most incredibly impressive restoration jobs I've ever seen. Everything from the floor to the moldings. It's got some system updates, the kitchen, it's all just incredible. This house has everything you could possibly want when you're living here in this northwest Nob Hill neighborhood. And it is 4 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, and 2 half baths. And there's actually, the first time I've ever seen this in a listing, a bathroom, an actual bathroom. I know that sounds weird, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. As always, I'm going to tell you the list price, but first we got to go in and take a look. So let's go. So yeah, here it is. Got to give a shout out to the Dan Volkmer team for letting us pop in here again. But this is such a stunningly beautiful home, built in 1905, perched up a slight hill right here. And as I was saying before, it has one of the most valuable traits, which is off-street parking, a full driveway, And just look at this home. It is absolutely incredible. We're only 1 block away from Northwest 23rd, and we'll take a look at the surrounding street. You got, once again, a mix of detached single family homes and condos. And so a lot of these buildings have been here and withstood the test of time. And in the early 1900s, people saw a good reason to live here and still got lots of good reasons to live here. So let's go on in and take a look at this one. And so first of all, you got to look at this incredibly impressive door. And as we go through this house, you are going to see that it has so many incredible features that it's hard to distinguish what's original and what's restored. And so first off, you got to look at the floors. And these floors are obviously new, and this restoration was done in 2021. And so let's start off right here in this family room. And I absolutely love how they have this little crevasse here for hanging stuff. That is a very lovely detail. You got so much natural light coming in here. These huge windows over here and these huge windows over here. And you've got a gas fireplace right there. So that is a nice touch. And then look at this, beautiful work. I love the green tile right here. I wonder what was original and what wasn't, but you got these really nice curved ceilings right here, which I love. And then this light fixture, which, you know, you never know if it's original or restored, but absolutely beautiful. And then this opens into the formal dining room. But before we look at the dining room, right off to the left here, right by the front door, you've got this nice little half bath, beautiful sink, lovely mirror. Look at this mirror, and it just goes up here, and the detail in this home is absolutely stunning. You got this stained glass. I wonder if this is original. You never know. It's hard to tell in this house. But then right here is the dining room, the formal dining room. And it's got these built-ins right there with the beautiful gold trim and handles. And then same with this light fixture, nice gold trim. And then look at these light fixtures. There's just so much early 1900s charm in this home. And the floors, once again, are just absolutely incredible. And then right here, we have the kitchen, which obviously has been beautifully updated to modern standards. And so this is incredible. And it's letting in so much natural light into the kitchen from the mind-blowing backyard. And that is another incredibly valuable trait to have for this neighborhood, is a peaceful, quiet backyard. And it's beautifully landscaped. It's fully fenced in, and it's got all these different seating areas down here. And you've got this deck with this seating area right here. And there's even a secret patio up there that we will see shortly. But let's go in and see a little bit more of the house. This kitchen is absolutely stunning. You've got this massive built-in island with this butcher block and really nice drawers that of course have the soft close. You got your built-in microwave, and I love these countertops. These look like marble countertops, and you got the built-in refrigerator and freezer. And believe it or not, we've got ice cream. Ding, 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 ding. All right, enough of that. Won't do that again. But let's go look at the rest of the house. And you got these really nice cabinets there. And then we're gonna go upstairs. But first, let's head downstairs real quick so that you guys can see the basement. And there is so much overhead clearance here. These have gotta be 8 or 9 foot ceilings. And the other thing that's really great to see are these brackets here that are attached to the base of the house and the top of the foundation. And that's in case of earthquake. It's called seismic retrofitting. and that'll prevent the house from sliding off the foundation if there's a big earthquake here. And this is a interesting little setup down here because you've got a kitchen, you got a little washing machine, you've got your water heater, and you've got a toilet. So if you gotta go down here in the basement, you gotta go. So that would be a nice little private area to do your business. But let's go back up. Because then up here, you've got this little landing area before the stairs that is staged as a little office, and there's more built-ins here. Absolutely stunning. This is like a closet, storage space, what have you. And then we'll go all the way upstairs. But before we do that, we gotta see this little secret patio here. Absolutely stunning. Look at that. And you can just sit out here, soak in the sun. You can see the West Hills from your porch. This is like almost Forest Park. You can see all the houses up on the hill. Some of these are probably houses that I've shown you before on this channel. So that's really cool. And a look down into the backyard from here. Roof looks very nice. Looks like the roof was probably part of the restoration here in 2021, but let's go back inside and see the bedrooms. So we go on up here, and to the right we have a full bathroom here with the beautiful marble countertops, really nice tile here, and you've got a bathtub and shower with really high ceilings, and then that is your full washer dryer right there. And then behind the door here, look at this door handle and keyhole. Such a lovely intentional update. And then there's your toilet. And then if we go in here, you've got a whole bunch of built-in storage there. And here is a full bedroom. This could probably act as a guest bedroom or kids' room, but so much natural light that I did not even turn on any of the lights in here because you've got windows, and so much natural light. So then we'll come through here and then go into this study or an office or whatever you want to call it. And you've got all of this wood trim and this really cool light fixture here. And you've got a gas fireplace, and still, once again, so much natural light coming in through all of these windows. And look at that. This looks like it's like a secret door. What do we think's behind here? Oh, it's a closet. That's pretty cool. And then we come in here and we have the primary bedroom with, once again, tons of windows, and then an incredible attached ensuite bathroom that has the restored clawfoot tub, beautiful shower, and then the double sink to die for. Look at that, really lovely. And then here is your private water closet. Is that what you call it? Again, beautiful tile. They have the matching tile throughout all of these bathrooms. But wait, there's still more if you go up here. So let's go up this level and just take a look at how nice these floors are. I don't know if these are all restored floors or brand new floors. Once again, it's just hard to tell. And still up here, you have so much space. It can act as another bedroom because here you've got another room that serves as a full walk-in closet. See? And this is a big bedroom with skylights and windows all over the place. And it's tucked away from the rest of the house. And this is what I was saying was literally just the bathroom, because they have a bath here. No toilet. There's a sink, but no toilet. So what we have here is a bathroom. Pretty cool. This is an incredible house. One of a kind, absolutely incredible place to live here in Northwest Portland. And there you have it, folks. All right, I am kind of speechless after this one. How stunning is this home? Inside and out, location It's got one of the most incredible restoration jobs I've ever seen. Famous architect. His name's William Christmas Knighton. Beautiful exterior, beautiful interior. It's got 4 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, and 2 half baths. A couple of interesting bathrooms. You got the toilet downstairs in the basement, and then you've also got the bathroom up in the upstairs. Just absolutely incredible home filled with so much character, and the attention to detail that was done with these restorations in 2021 is absolutely mind-blowing, right? And so it's over 4,000 square feet, right around 4,400 square feet. And again, we are only 1 block up from Northwest 23rd. We're very close to downtown Portland. It's so easy to get across the river into the east side. If you want to get into Beaverton, we're really close to that from here. Forest Park is a short walk away from here. It's just absolutely all around incredible neighborhood. And you must be wondering what the list price is. And the comparison from this house to the last house that we saw is that this is a single family home, so there is no HOA. However, it's got a price tag, and the list price on this home, I hope you've taken a guess, because that's part of the fun of watching these videos, right? Is trying to guess what the price is. But the list price on this home is $1,549,000. Whoa, what do you think? Is that something that you could afford? Definitely get in touch with me and let me know when you're moving. Even if that one isn't right for you, whether you're in any price range, get in touch, and I'd love to help you with your move any method that you see on the screen right here. And I'm helping people move from all over the place, all over the country, all over the world. I absolutely love it. I can't wait for you to come join my ever-growing community of people relocating here to the Portland area. And now we're actually gonna jump over the river to one of the most desirable neighborhoods of people moving here from the channel right around the Alberta Arts District. And we're gonna look at a really unique property over there. So let's jump over there. All right, so we are over here now, back in Northeast Portland, and I am standing on Northeast Alberta Street, and this is 33rd. 33rd is a street that goes north-south, and it'll take you all the way up north to Lombard, I think, and it takes you all the way down to Broadway. And this is one of the main north to south thoroughfares that will take you up here to the Alberta District. Now, as a reminder, there is a New Seasons right up here. It's hard to see right here, but you can just barely see the roof of it over there, and where that light is over there is where the New Seasons is. And this is sort of the beginning or the end, however you look at it, of the Alberta Arts District. And like I always say, there are 3 neighborhoods that make up the Alberta Arts District, and that is the one that we're standing in now, which is Concordia. And then if we go farther this way to the west, the next neighborhood is called Vernon, and then the neighborhood after that is King. This is the beginning of one of the most walkable and desirable neighborhoods in all of Portland, and we're gonna go see a listing right over here. But first, I'm just gonna remind you of what this area is actually like. And you've got quiet residential streets just like this with beautiful homes. And the reason that I'm over here is because one of my clients actually, I got a text from one of my clients earlier today as I was trying to think of what houses do I want to go film for you guys this week. He just bought a house in this neighborhood of Concordia, and I get this text saying, man, I might have pushed my budget a little bit for this house. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, that looks cool. I think I'm gonna go film that for the channel. And if you are someone that is interested in doing a little bit of house hacking or maybe Airbnb-ing, you're gonna wanna see this listing, but you're also gonna wanna see the location. And we're crossing this little greenway here. See the little bike icon? You can follow those all throughout the city. And if we get up here, you'll start to see where it becomes super walkable, lots of different shops. And as we get closer to that, you'll realize that it just keeps going and going and going. So this is 31st, and this is pretty much where all of the commercial stuff starts. And we are talking all sorts of types of food. There's a really great Ethiopian restaurant right up here. There's a place you can take your laptop to get fixed. You can go to a hair salon. You can get Thai food. You can pop into a beer garden. You can go to an art gallery. Pretty much anything you want is right here on Alberta Street. And it changes pretty drastically when you start to get here. There's all these different restaurants and people enjoying the day. And then there's, of course, the Alberta Rose Theater right across the street. I always give a shout out to this place right here, the Fix Hut, because they've saved my computer on multiple occasions. Probably won't be necessary anymore because I've got a new computer. Fat Kitty Ramen, I've heard good things about this place. This is like an art gallery right here. Right here seems like a super fancy bakery. There's the Pizza Annex. There's that Ethiopian place I was talking about. Jewelry store, yeah, art gallery. And so I have had at least 4 people this year move to this area of Alberta District. And so maybe you'll be able to see why when you watch this video. Here's a restaurant here called Dar Salam, Taste of the Middle East. There is shoe stores, all sorts of boutique shops. Look at this place. You can get a bunch of rugs over here. You can get some coffee right here. Pretty cool spot. This is a very Portland place. You can get some crystals and herbs, stuff like that. You got beautiful murals all over the place. And it just keeps going and going all the way until like 10th Street. So this is what, like 20 blocks. That's pretty much densely packed and populated like this. And the listing that we're gonna go see is right back up there. So I'm gonna turn around. I could just walk for hours on this street. And you've got these streets like this that go north-south around Alberta Street, which is pretty characteristic for Portland in most neighborhoods. Like there's so many different pockets just like this all over town. And you've got streets like this, and then quiet residential streets that are on either side of it. And that is what makes so many different parts of Portland, especially here on the east side, so walkable. And there's just so many different people out and about enjoying the day right now. And that's just what makes Portland special. So yeah, you can get your laptop fixed, get a haircut, and then go get some Thai food right after that. So pretty cool. This is an incredibly unique property, and I can't wait to go see what it has to offer, and I can't wait to show you. So let's pop over there right now. Like I said, it's only just a few blocks down from where Alberta starts. Look at this tree. This is like little details that you don't notice unless you start walking around Portland. You got all these little heart notes. You're pretty wonderful. It's good to laugh. Neutral thoughts. 49 muscles to frown, 7 to smile. Something like that. Time can be a friend. So pretty cool. Little positive tree. One of the many things that are delightful about living in Portland, and you're not going to get it anywhere else but here on this channel. So if you're still watching at this point, I hope by now you've subscribed or at least given a like or left a comment with positive vibes. I can't explain how much it means to me. You know, my last video, I got so many overwhelmingly positive comments, and I just love it. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see how cool some of these homes are on this street that we are walking to. And as we get back over here, you'll see I'm gonna cross the street. We got a nice Craftsman right there, and then the one right next to it is the one that we're about to see. All right, so this house right here is one of the most unique opportunities I've shown you recently. It is 4 bedrooms total. It's got 2.5 baths, but it's got some very valuable surprises that might catch you off guard in the back, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna see it in a minute. I gotta give a thanks to Dory with Cascade for letting me come in here and show this listing. We chatted about it, really cool opportunity here. And so I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about it. I'm gonna tell you the list price of this property, but that's gotta wait until after the tour, so let's go. So first a look at the street here. And like I said before, everything that you want to walk to is right down there. And then you've got this nice fenced in yard right here. And then when you come into the property, you look to the left and you've got these little pavers here. You can set up a nice table, and this bamboo gives you a good amount of privacy. And then the yard goes back that way a bit. And you've also got a very nice front porch. Now, take a look at the outside of the home, and now we will go on in. And right when you come in, you notice a lot of these really classic features, those old light switches, and then you come around and you are in the living room. And you've got some nice built-ins here, decent hardwood floors throughout the main level for the most part, except right there in the kitchen. And then right off here, you've got one bedroom and some windows letting in a little bit of natural light. But I wanted to point out this closet here because it is pretty big, pretty good sized closet here. And then we will come around here. It's very nicely staged. We'll look at the kitchen in a second, but first we'll go through this little way. And you have a full bathroom. These lights are flickering a little bit. Got a shower as well as a tub here. Okay. And then that goes into another bedroom right here on the main level. Also right here is this little addition that I think they did. Little sunroom thing here with some built-in dressers. So that's pretty cool. And then just off of the kitchen. So you've got this electric range here. You've got these, it's a little bit outdated, you know? You might want to fix up this kitchen. But you just gotta wait until you see the outdoors. You gotta see what's in the back. It's one of the craziest things I think I've seen in recent memory. But first we gotta go downstairs so I can show you the basement. You got a pretty good amount of basement space down here. And it's nice and cool down here. And you've got tons of storage. You could potentially even finish this off and turn it into some additional living spaces, throw in an egress window. I like that they've got a tankless water heater, so that's always nice to see. But now, let's go on and check out what the backyard has to offer. We're gonna go this way, take you right back through the home. We're gonna go out here. We're gonna go all the way around the back here so that you will see that there are 3 more separate structures back here. ADUs that you can rent out. You can live in one of them if you want. You can turn them into an Airbnb. There are so many house hacking possibilities. And what I mean by house hacking is renting out a portion of your property to compensate for some of your mortgage, basically. That's called house hacking. In other words, it allows you to potentially afford paying for a home that is more than you actually want to pay. So I have a lot of clients that do that type of thing, live in this area, rent out everything else out, and it almost turns into a wash potentially. So let's go look at these units, and you come back here and you have basically a separate little oasis tucked away back from the street, and it's kind of its own little community. And so this is obviously the biggest one. This one I wouldn't really consider an ADU. It's more of like an extra workout space, but you come out here and you know, it's got AC, it's got these skylights, lots of natural light, and potentially could use this as like an office space, but it's also got a shower as well as a sauna. So that's pretty cool to offer to potential guests or just use for yourself. And then if we cross the way Over here, this one isn't technically an ADU either, but you could also, you know, there's probably a lot of Airbnb potential here for someone to stay. You've got a bathroom right here. This is, I would consider this kind of like a half bath because there's no shower here. You've got the toilet, your sink, and then I would assume that whoever would be staying here could have access to that shower right there. So maybe if you were Airbnb-ing this room and that pod go together. But the coolest one is this one right here. And I believe the listing agent told me that the seller was actually living back here and renting out the other unit, the home, and then potentially even Airbnb-ing that one. So there's a proof of concept of the house hacking. And when you come in here, you have this pretty nice bathroom. You know, you got a super nice soaking tub, really nice shower. Here's your toilet right here. And then there's your washer and dryer. There's your sink, pretty nice. And I like that they've got this heated towel rack. That's always cool. And then when you come in here, you've got these really high ceilings, super fancy light fixtures, and just a nice modern feel in here. You got all this countertop space, and they've even got this cool island, which I would hope would stay. And then you've also got, yeah, I think it's electric, little heater there. And oh, they've got one of those cool, what are these called? Does anyone know what these are called? They've got this, looks like a painting, but it's actually a screen. Lots and lots of natural light in here. This window is massive. And up there is where I'll take you to next, because that is where the sleeping quarters are. And now these stairs are pretty steep. These are big steps. I don't know if they're to code, but you never know. You know, people just make stuff work. But this is a pretty cool bedroom here with the A-frame style ceiling and tons of light coming in with these skylights. And you can see right down into the living space right there. And yeah, that's pretty cool. And so you gotta be careful if you're coming down these steps. So, whoa, whoa, oh yeah. Anyways, that's it. And there you have it, folks. So once again, what we have here is a very, very unique property right here in the heart of the Alberta Arts District. This is a 1920s home, and in the back, all of those pods, they were completed in 2018. So yeah, lots of unique opportunities here. I personally would probably choose to live in that very back ADU, the big one, and then rent out this unit and perhaps Airbnb the other one, and who knows, maybe even break even. That would be a pretty cool opportunity. But this is, yeah, it's got a lot of interesting investment potential. You could remodel this whole place, live in that, use the Airbnb opportunity out in the back. You got to do your own diligence on, you know, the rules and stuff around Airbnb here. But with that said, the list price on this property is $825,000. What do you guys think? Is it worth it? Do you think you could take this opportunity and run with it? Let me know. As always, I want you to leave your comments down below of what you thought of this video, which listing is your favorite. And if you want to keep watching another video just like this, click right here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you over there.